on this auspicious 1010.
Mhm.
Wow. 1010. A, I'm shocked it's October. B, it's so cool that Feng Shui Friday lands on the 1010 portal. I think, anyway. So,
Well, first of all, let's tell them who we
who
are,
we are.
and then
Yeah,
we'll tell them about the
we are
1010.
all in alignment, creating sacred spaces with the one and only Anita A and the one and only Cheryl V, your stress reduction gurus. Grand rising to you all. Thanks for joining us live or hashtag replay.
Hmm.
It is Feng Shui Friday, and we always get our theme topics yeah, for the day from the Personal Paradise card deck, Tara Catherine Collins. And I shuffled a little earlier and have three cards already ready for us.
Of
I was a
course.
little anxious today. Not anxious, eager. I just thought, there's something special about the energy today, and that is
Mm.
because it is the 1010 portal. And we like numbers and numerology. So, would you like to know what the cards are?
Yes, I should probably write
They'll
them
be
down.
very easy
They
for you
said,
to write down, let me tell you.
okay.
Number one, animals. Number
Mhm.
the second one, number 12, wind dancers. And the third one, I just chuckled because I know what I was doing yesterday and what I'm going to be doing today. Number 14, gardens.
Mm.
So we have a 5, a 3, and a 1. Really easy math today. Oh my goodness. Love
Mhm.
it. Love it, love it, love it. Um, and animals. My hubby yesterday or the day before, because he drives truck, he's out, and he come home and he said, I saw it. I went, you saw what? He said that flock of geese way up high, heading south.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, yeah, that indicator. It was cute last night. I was reading and sitting in my favorite spot in the living room and glanced out the living room window and I was looking over at the raspberries and I saw this motion and I thought, what was that? So I watched for a while and pretty soon I see these two little ears peeking out from above the raspberries and we had a deer snacking on the leaves of the raspberries. So for those of you that have been told that deer don't like raspberries, they don't like the raspberry canes, but they love the foliage, which is quite entertaining all on itself. Um, but if I would not have, if its movement wouldn't have caught my attention, I would never have seen it. However, its signs would have been available this morning because there's a whole bunch of sticks now on the top row, so you could see where he ate down the sidewalk and came inside and ate on the inside. It's quite cute. Anyway, there's my little deer, my little animal story for the morning. And I see Anita focused, focused, focused.
I'm just seeing who's joining us live. Good morning,
Excellent.
Sharon. Nice to have you join us
Good
this morning.
morning, Sharon.
Hmm. Animals. Yeah. Isn't it interesting how, that this time of year, of course, where we live, we see more of that wildlife.
Yeah.
I saw a big moose the other day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in the ditch. Um, but anyways, and they all actually can carry a special message for us,
Hmm.
right? So whenever you do see an animal that crosses your path, or sometimes I'll have a crow or a magpie or something come on my back deck and they just hang out there.
Hmm.
All I have to do, caw, 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 and do their thing. Um, and sometimes, just like numbers, the animals are bringing us a message.
Great.
And it's up to us to pay attention to what we're thinking at that time or how we're feeling. And the animal medicine we might call it,
Mm-hmm.
has some kind of a message for it.
Mm.
So it's always fun to when you see an animal like the other day when I saw the moose, and so then I go on the Google and say, what does it mean when you see a moose, right? Spiritual, what's the spiritual meaning of when a moose crosses your path or whatever, right? And then you just see if it coincides with what you were thinking or feeling at that moment. And then it's again that confirmation or validation or awareness
Mm-hmm.
to again those thoughts are everything's energy, it's connected, it's going out there, and everything's getting picked up by that. So oh.
Way true. Well, I also saw a rabbit this morning.
Mm,
Very cute, hopping around, and it's already started to change to the white. So it was
mm.
cute because I noticed it was its tail and its bottom part of all four paws were white, upper body. So it starts from the ground up, which I found really interesting. That it's lower half, so when they're sitting ground up, I guess when they're standing, it's still the lower half, but basically what we would consider the bottom half, that's how its colors are shifting. I would have guessed opposite. I would have guessed, so I'll have to pay attention in the spring and see if they also start to change from the bottom up, or if the spring it's the top down, from the ears down.
Okay, so just when you were doing that, I went on the Google.
Mm-hmm.
When you see a rabbit, it
Mm-hmm.
often symbolizes fertility, abundance,
Mm-hmm.
growth, and new beginnings.
Well, aren't that perfect for the 10-10?
It also can represent creativity,
Mm-hmm.
intuition, and adaptability, encouraging you to trust your instincts and be nimble in times of change.
Mm.
And the rabbit, right, can be a sign of good fortune, prosperity, resilience. Just remember the little rabbit tail, the good luck
Mm-hmm.
charm that people, or the rabbit's foot, or whatever that people put on their keychains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, and interesting, in the Chinese zodiac, I am a rabbit. I'm a
Oh,
rascally rabbit.
okay. Well, so that message was for you today,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the rabbit and the animals. And then that takes us to the wind dancer. So everything is all about, the cards today is all about the
Movement.
outdoors.
Yep.
And it, the numbers total a 9, which is a completion. So it is all about that, paying attention to that outdoor environment in the way. So we think about wind dancers, so anything that moves. And this time of year, of course, we get those gentle breezes. Mother Nature deliberately gives us the wind, right, to signify the seasons of change and help to move the leaves off the trees. She already does that. And so that's the wind dancer in nature. And when we see like a little, sometimes you'll see this time of year a little vortex
Vortexes.
of energy, and it swirls up the leaves and
Yeah.
spreads them all over. It really again is um that reminder or that clue for us to say, you know what, it's okay. It's okay. That's what Mother Nature does. She's getting our attention, right? Because when we see that, we
Mm-hmm.
immediately look to see, what's that energy? And just like the little vortex where the leaves get, and then they get spit out and placed somewhere else. Maybe she's trying to teach us something.
Mm-hmm. I love how that ties together with the animals as well, because it was the attention grabbing. So for me last night with the deer,
Hmm.
if I wouldn't have seen, and I was going to take a picture and ask people on social media, what do you see? To see if anybody would have noticed the tips of the deer's ears amongst the raspberry leaves. I don't think you would have,
Hmm.
um, because so well disguised in there. But if it wouldn't have been for the movement, it wouldn't have caught my attention. And then I
Hmm.
enjoyed watching it for the next half hour anyway. And then it did come back, walked away, and then came back again. And same with the rabbit this morning. It was quite dark. It was early dawn. Sun was not up yet, but it was the movement because they blend in so much right now that if
Mhm.
the rabbit hadn't have moved, it wouldn't have caught my attention.
And you said something very important in there, Cheryl. You said that you, when you were watching the deer
Hmm.
last night and the rabbit this morning, it was brought some when you were enjoying it, right?
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
enjoyment. So again, there's that clue for us to pause because we're being asked to bring our attention, our awareness over here to the movement, the wind dance or the animal, whatever it
Hmm.
is. And in that moment you felt enjoyment, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So again, it's like bringing you into a different space or place that says it's kind of like taking a deep breath.
Hmm.
And then, it's no different than being out in the garden. The same kind of feeling happens. And so we can use all of these clues to say, okay, well, how can we bring that feeling from the outdoors in, right? And it may be that we have some pictures of animals or nature, or, it's fine to have something in your office. Maybe I used to have a little wind chime inside my office, right?
Hmm.
Again, something that catches the movement. Maybe it's a soft drapery that you put somewhere that when the furnace kicks on, there's a little bit of movement. Just those subtle little reminders for us to kind of go, in that little stillness, in that place of enjoyment.
Mm. Yeah, and the stillness right now is very important. We were having that conversation with Yun the other day of
Mm-hmm.
it's taking time to sit in stillness because we are so busy and the energies right now, if you're feeling a little overwhelmed or feeling bombarded and you're like, I don't know where that's coming from. It's right. It's everything going on energetically in on the planet and the energy being bombarded at the planet. Meaning there's quite a few solar flares going on, and now today with the 1010 is a portal. And there's lots you can learn about all of these things. I am by no means an expert on portals and energy. Well, we are. I would call ourselves experts on energy or borderline if not, but because Feng Shui is about energy and that flow and that movement, right? And bringing the inside into balance, our inner world with our external world. So that as it's mirroring and reflecting, when our home is calm and peaceful and we can sit and relax and enjoy nature, that's a reflection of the inside world. Taking time to sit and be calm and relaxed. What do you want to add in there?
I've got distractions here.
Hmm.
Just give me a
Hmm.
minute. Mhm.
No worries. Then I'll keep talking because wind dancers outside, as I was doing some yard work. So these three cards were completely me yesterday and likely me this afternoon because we're coming into some inclement weather over the weekend and I want to get stuff cleaned up and put away. So as I was doing some yard work last night, lots of people don't do a lot in the fall. I do because spring is very busy for me. And I was intentionally creating spaces for the ladybugs. So I put down in the garden a couple rows of fencing that they could go under. Then I covered it with burlap and then I added a bunch of foliage and stuff on top of it and rocks. They have all kinds of space to hide this winter because today's going to be beautiful, right? So at the end of today, they need some place to go. So I was trying to work with nature yesterday, ensuring the bird baths have water in it for the birds as they're coming through on their migratory path. And that little bit of intentional work with nature is, for me, very satisfying, very gratifying. I love being in the garden. And then from my kitchen window, being able to look out and go, wow, okay, the yard looks cleaned up. It doesn't look
Mhm.
overwhelming like there's lots to do out there. Whatever else I get done. Bonus. And, then there was a little time to clean out the one bench seat where I store things and planters so things can be put away and protected over the winter. And I had a little time to clean out and work on the one shelving unit in the shed. And so yesterday was a great outdoor day connecting with nature, intentionally considering the animals, intentionally considering um, my view from the kitchen window or our view from the kitchen window for the winter, those kinds of things, because that's important for me. Okay, I rambled there a bit. Questions or comments?
Nope, don't see any. And you know what? When you were talking about the ladybugs, I
Hmm.
mean, we have had so many of them,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Um, and yesterday, so we have these ornamental crab trees
Hmm.
that line our driveway, and they have just been full of berries. And usually the birds come and take the
Hmm.
berries. But there have been like they just all fell off the tree and fell onto the driveway
Right.
and fell into the grass. So Calvin was going to rake them up yesterday, and I said, "Well, just just take a lawnmower, and maybe the lawnmower will pick some up." Um, anyway, so he went to do that, but then it didn't really help. So then he's raking them anyways, and like he literally had a little pile of leaves and berries about this big, and there must have been, I don't know, 500 ladybugs. They
Yeah.
were just, I mean, they were just, it was almost a swarm, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, wow. Look, so of course he doesn't care about them like I do. And he just wanted to put them in the lawn bag and toss them. And so I had to sneak over and open up the lawn bag so they could escape. Oh,
Fly out, little ones, fly out.
go, go, go. And I'm just actually just trying to look up on the Google, but I was pretty sure that when we have an excess of berries like that on the trees, I think it means that we're going to have a mild winter.
Mm. I'd be more
Mhm.
curious about the ladybugs because I've noticed that as well. That we have, and it didn't seem so bad with aphids this year, probably because of all the ladybugs. So with that excessive amount, to me means there was more food production,
Mhm.
which increases their population. And then, so is this a beautiful cycle year for ladybugs? Because last year we didn't have, not this degree. We always have some in the yard, but not to the sheer quantity we have this year, which is very cool. So maybe
Mhm.
even if you're watching online and you want to comment that you've looked up ladybugs and their symbol or their meaning. But the gardens and nature are such amazing teachers. I don't know if you all saw my video from the other day, but I went for a walk and took a bunch of pictures and then just listened to what nature was saying, the quiet whispers of how even with the trees, there's
Mhm.
transformation and change going on all the time in nature. And yet as humans, we push against change. We push against transformation. And that makes it harder on ourselves than it needs to be. So if we can just somehow release and breathe into it, knowing that, you know what, it's going to happen anyway. Change is inevitable. The sun changes, the moon changes, trees change, plants
Completion.
change.
Mhm.
Pardon me?
I said we got the number nine, completion.
Completion.
Mhm.
What's that? The ladybugs?
No, when you were talking about just being in the flow,
Change. Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
It's
allowing the change or transformation to happen, even just looking
Allowing.
at the leaves. You can have one tree and not all of the leaves are the same color. They're in different stages of their transformation. That same tree will drop some leaves, but not all leaves. So when the leaf is ready to go, it goes. And sometimes Mother Nature, as Anita mentioned, helps by creating a wind, saying, nope, you're going now. They don't have any say, and they don't fight against going with the flow,
Mhm.
right? Or asking, am I doing this right? And so much of I shouldn't say so much of my head is, what's the right way to do this? What's the best way to do this? Questioning instead of just saying, yeah, go with it, go with the flow, let it go.
Let it go, let it flow. Good morning, Caroline. I also have to give you a little horticulture um, tidbit information about ladybugs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Ladybugs are one of the only predators to the aphids.
Mm-hmm.
And if we did not have ladybugs, aphids actually multiply at such an incredible rate. Aphids actually give birth to pregnant females,
Yep.
and they multiply so rapidly that if there were no predators to the aphid and or environmental interference, the whole circumference of the Earth's atmosphere would actually could be covered within, I think it's like a month or something with aphids. That's how quickly they multiply.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
that's
that's a
fascinating. I
little
knew that they
horticultural
were
thing
born
from way
pregnant.
back when.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. For sure. Cool. Well, we are coming close to the top of the hour, so shall we talk about the number nine and then a little bit about the 1010?
I think, yes, a little bit about the 1010 because I'm actually going to go find a link. We have a special link with an invitation.
Yes.
So you talk about that while I find the link that
Sure.
I can put in here because there may be some people that want to um,
Attend.
attend.
So those of you that were at our Her Inspired Journey Women's Wellness Weekend in September would have met Marilyn Harper, the author of Double Digitology. Well, she has provided us with a link for you to join for free tonight, her 1010. And she has been doing the double digit. It is one of the first things Adironda guided her to start doing. And I want to say it's probably about 15 years that every month on the double digit she does a broadcast. Now, normally it's a membership portal that you can attend, and there's lots of other things in it as well. But she has shared a link with us that we're going to share with you that you can register for and watch the 1010 this evening, which is very exciting because this is a very significant portal. As every month has one, the one in October feels larger than life, kind of like that moon that we just had. The full moon was huge. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the nine because that's what our cards total today was the number nine and the meaning of the nine. And I'm going to take it from the book if I can actually find the page that I want. There we go. The realization that you are definitely not alone in your quest for knowledge. The wisdom is yours, and your ascended masters are eager to share. Do you think the animals talking to us have something to do with that?
I think so. The rabbit was
And
definitely
yeah,
talking.
absolutely. Ending the cycle of manufacturing a soul path that is someone else's desire for you. Ooh, there's a real clear message for Cheryl. And beginning your own path. Hmm. Recognizing that even though one cycle is ending, another one will be beginning. And isn't that the 1010, Anita?
Yep. Yeah,
New
because
beginnings.
the 10, right? The number one is new beginnings, and the zero
Mhm.
is all about that source energy, which
Mhm.
is your intuition, your creativity, your connection to your environment. And then now we're doubling that up.
Yeah.
That energy is doubled today. So it also is a reminder and awareness to be very conscious of your
Mhm.
thoughts today, the emotions that come up, because they're gonna be amplified. They're gonna be doubled,
Yeah.
double digit.
Double digit. And I'm just hearing something about pay attention to your thoughts at 10:10 this morning. Wherever you are, 10:10. Might have been past already for some people, or
Hmm.
10:10 this evening. All of which very important times.
Great
Ah,
time to set a new intention. So yeah, I got the free link in there. So yay, you can have a free link.
yep. You still have
Um,
to register for it. Just follow the prompts, and then
But
you
yeah,
get
that's
that.
what a generous gift. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you,
Hmm.
Adironda and team, for giving our community that beautiful gift.
Exactly.
It's fun. I mean, that's how I, first got to know a little bit about Marilyn, was actually tuning in every month to her double digits. And,
Hmm.
I just loved her energy. And it was just like, okay, I want to meet this woman. And yeah, road trip.
And you manifested that, didn't you?
And there it went. Yeah.
Anyway, according to her, the 1010 is an excellent double digit. They are pre-recorded, of course. That's how they get the quality they get. But Adironda always comes through. So I'm excited and I think it'll be interesting to tune into that this evening. All right, my friend, my partner, how would you like us to wrap up today?
Well, I think again, it just go out there, pay attention to what's showing up in your environment, whether it's the outdoor environment or the indoor environment. Um, just see where you can shift the energy a little bit. Maybe it's that completing a project so that you can make space for that new beginning. Mhm.
Mm, great idea. Cleanup completion day. Ooh, perfect opportunity. Because we're still also in the releasing mode of that full moon, too. Love
Oh
it.
yeah.
Well, have
Oh, and I think
yourselves,
there's probably still some eclipse energy hanging around too.
oh, without a doubt. Um, it is Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada.
Hmm.
So from our homes, meaning Anita's home and my home, to yours, thank you for being part of our community, for showing up however and whenever you do show up. We appreciate you and hope that we've had a slight impact, or maybe a big impact, on you and your environment. Happy Thanksgiving weekend, everybody. Have a great week.
Bye bye.
Bye.